All right, on this one, all I want you to do is to determine how many lines would be in a truth table. You don't have to do the truth table, just figure out how many rows it would have. And if you remember, it's going to be 2 raised to the number of different variables. So this is going to be 2 raised to the, let's see, I have a P and a different one Q, and R is different, and S is different, and T is different. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is going to be 2 to the 5th. And you grab your handy dandy calculator, you type in the number 2, you hit the button that has, they call it the caret button. It looks like the and symbol for conjunction. And then hit the number 5, and then hit your enter button. And it should spit out the number 32. Now, just for, argument's sake, let's say that instead of this T down here on the end, let's say that it was P. Now I have a P, a Q, an R, and an S. I already counted the P down here, so this would only be 4. So that would be 2 raised to the 4th, which is 16. But the answer to number 11 is the 32. But I just, want to throw that out there. All right, that's 11. What's 12? Okay, 12 says construct a truth table for problems 12, 13, and 14, and then determine the truth value of each. Okay, we only have 2 variables, and they are P and Q. And remember that the pattern for this is they're either both true, the first one's true, the second one's false, or the first one's false and the second one's true, or they're both false. Those are the only 4 combinations you can come up with T's and F's for 2 different variables. All right, and then we've got this is what we have to do the truth table for. Okay, I'm going to draw in my columns. You need a column for the negation, a column for the P, a column for the OR, and then just go ahead and do a column for the negation of Q. Negations are fairly easy. And then if you want to draw on the rows, there's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. All right, so let me switch, get a different color here. How about blue? Well, actually go back to black because I fill in any column that I just have to copy from these 2 over here. And I have a P, and so P goes, this is column P right here, true, true, false, false. So I'm just going to copy that here, true, true, false, false. The other 3 columns I'm going to have to calculate. And so the first one will be inside the parentheses, it'll be this negation. You got to start in the parentheses, and there are 2 connectives, the OR and the negation. You have to do the negation first. So that's why I put that negation Q together. Just tells me do that first. Put them together. So to get this column, I am going to come over and look at what Q is. And Q is true, false, true, false. So to negate it, I'm going to go false, true, false, true. And then how about a purpley color? Then I'll do step number 2, which will be this OR right here. And to do that, I have to look at the column to the left, which is P, and the column to the right that I just did, which was negation of Q. And you have to remember about OR. On an OR, the only time you'll have a false is when there's two F's, which would be this one right here. False or false is false. As long as there's one T, it will be a true. So true or false is true. True or true is true. And the last one, false or true, is true, because it can be either one or the other. And then my last step is going to be this negation here. And to get this column, I will have to negate the last thing that I did in the parentheses. You have to negate the result of the parentheses, which was this purplish pinkish column here. So I'm going to have to negate true, true, false, true, the stuff in pink, and that becomes false, false, true, false. So I just constructed the truth table. Okay, I did this. And then it says determine the truth value of each. Well, I guess that's what that means. The truth value of each. Yeah, it means fill in the blanks. So determine the truth value of each of those empty boxes. But if I asked you whether this was a valid or invalid statement, if you are asked that, you're looking at this right here as your last column, and there's F's in it. So that would make it okay, that ain't working. Invalid if I asked you that question. Okay? And I'm going to stop this video. This was number 12.